puts a half a dozen samosas, gives it to him, and he takes the money, he gives it to the cashier. Whether to giving change or not, I don't know what happened. He said, give it to the cashier, and he looks at the boy, handsome young boy, good looking. Says, boy, what's your name? So he says something like Muhammad so and so. So why didn't you wish me salams? You know, you're a Muslim child. You should have wished me salams. So the boy says, uncle, I thought you were a banya. Of course you don't. I don't know whether you know what it is. You see, me. I am a Muslim from the Bombay province. I speak Gujarati. That's my language. There are other Hindus, they also speak the same language like me. They look more like me than the Tamils and the Telugus. You know, the Madrasis, they are a little darker. It's just coming from different parts of the country. You see, they come from a place where the equator is going over the head. So they are better baked than my people. We come from a little north, the sun rays are hitting us at an angle. You still go further north, it's hitting them at a greater angle. So they are lighter. This is the less sunlight. People in Kashmir, they are like the Europeans. The Afghans are like the Europeans. Wallah, they look like the Buddhas. The children look like Buddhas, the Africans. In the complexions. See, it's the sun. So these guys are darker, my people are a little lighter. Because we come from a part of the country which the sun is not that intense. So they look like me, the Hindus, Gujarati Hindus of my language group. They look like me, we have the same surnames. Believe me. I haven't come across another Deedat yet, but look, there are so many. Muslim Desai, Hindu Desai. Muslim Patel, Hindu Patel. Muslim Bhula, Hindu Bhula. Muslim Bhula. So we speak the same language, we look alike. So that group of people, the Gujarati Hindu, we call them Banyas. Like the Jews, you know, they are the business people, we call them Banyas. So the young boy says, uncle, I thought you were a Banya. So he said, look, I can tell it to people. I said, right. Now, he's my dear friend. When we meet among friends, I remind him. I said, you remember? I said, yes. I said, you know, Akhi Jibreel, you know, Jibreel alayhi salam. If he wanted to tell you to put on a headgear, he couldn't have done a better job. Then, from the mouth of the child, Allah is making to tell you the message that, uncle, I thought you are a mushrik. That's what he's saying. Uncle, I thought you were a mushrik. That's what he's saying. I thought you were a mushrik. How can I make you salams? That means this Jibreel alayhi salam couldn't have done a better job. To tell you, put on a headgear, put on a topi. He says, no. I said, look, I'm a Muslim. So somebody said, no. I said, why didn't you wish me salam? He said, I thought you were a colored. Meaning a Christian. I don't know what names you might have used some terms, I don't know. So I thought you were such and such, you know. You see, so I said, there it is. And still he won't. He still won't put on. That's a sickness. That to me is an unforgivable sickness. Allah is delivering a message to you. Put it on. Put it on. And what it does, in Natal, we are 20% of the Indians, we are Muslim, we are 20%. 1 out of every 5 Indian is a Muslim. 1 out of every 5. If you count Hindu, Christian, Muslim. Hindu, Muslim. Hindu, Christian, Muslim. But out of every 5, 1 is a Muslim. In Stanger, a town, some 40 miles north of Durban, we are 30% are Muslims in that place. 30%. I said, you know, if this 30% only put on a headgear, what you can do to the enemy? The outside. He'll be terrified. Because the others are all like sheep and goats, you can't recognize. But you see the guy with a kufya. Kufya you call it. What do you call it? Kufya. Yes. Kufya. And that's visible. That's what you see. The others are like sheep and goats. You don't see them as if they don't exist. But the kufya is visible. When that happens, it boosts your morale. I didn't know there were so many Muslims here. And the enemy, so many Sunnah followers, Muras here. It terrifies them, wallah, it terrifies them. And our Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he gave us the secret of this psychology. He said, When the Eidains come, the two Eids, Eid al-Fitr, Eid al-Adha, he said, go to the Eidgah, in the open air outside the town. Look, this is not politics, your politics. I don't know what are your politics here. I'm not talking about your politics. You know, whether it's a judicial council or whether it's this, what they're talking, I don't know. And I don't care. I am only telling you what our Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said. He said, when the Eidains come, go to the open field. He called it Eidgah. Open field for Salat. He said Salatul Eid. And when you go, he said, you must take your women and children also with you. And he went further than that. He said, even menstruating women. In Islam, it's not fard on them to make salat. He said, even menstruating women during the monthly courses. What they're going to go and do? Nothing. Just sit down. Why burden them? Ask you, why burden them? Poor thing, unnecessarily. They can't make salat. No, there is a philosophy, psychology behind that. That if this woman goes, that means everybody goes. When that woman goes, her children will be there with her. Otherwise the children got an excuse to stay at home. You know, the ma is there at home, say, no, even menstruating women, let them go. So everyone, even the little ones, she's carrying one in her arm, there's one in her stomach. There's one 3-year-old, one 5, everybody is there. So the enemies of Islam, they watch. Shh, so many Muslims in Medina, so many Muslims in this village, so many Muslims in Mitchell's Plain, so many Muslims in Hanover Park. It terrifies the enemy out of his wits. We didn't know. You, so alhamdulillah, we are so many. Strength builds you. This is the secret. He's telling you. Psychology. Do it. But no, I won't do it. Why not? You know the reasons. Why don't you want to do it? Look for an open field. I know your weather is bad here, but go to the Good Hope Center. Have the Good Hope Center. Fill it up. Let the world know. Any covered place in a weather like this. When the weather is good, then it says open fields. Go out into the open. And while we are walking with your kufias and maybe with some Arab garb, loose shirt. Man says, what is this? What's going on here? My dear brothers, this is what Allah wants of us. You build a community psychologically. You're creating a bond between yourselves. Peace and salutations. Peace and salutations. Allah is keeping record of all that, he says. He's keeping record of that. So, the label. The label is the kufia. I have been telling people jokingly, if this is too heavy for you, the gays in America, they put one earring. You can put on the other side. Or put a green dot. The communists, they were putting red ties at one time. All right, you think of a green tie. That every Muslim from now on will wear a green tie. Okay, look, I'm for it. Anything. You say we must wear earrings. I said, right, okay, everybody let's wear earrings. That everybody will know I'm a Muslim. But why do silly things? This is the cheapest and the best, the most inoffensive. No offense. Humility. This is the most humble thing you can wear. Nobody can point a finger at you. But if your life is in danger, I said, keep it in your pocket. If your job is in danger, I said, take it out. But as soon as you come out from your job, put it on. In your buses, in the trains, wherever you are, put it on. That's your time now. If your boss doesn't want it at work, you're working in an office, as a typist or whatever, he doesn't understand, okay, boss, don't make an issue out of it. Because if I was in such a position, I would make an issue out of it. Keep it in your pocket. But in your time, to me, it's inexcusable that you take it off. This one here will save our mother.